Hi, I'm Michael Breen with EV West, and today we have a treat for you. We have a 1963 Volkswagen Classic Beetle that we just converted for a customer, and we want to take a little bit of time to show you some of the nice features of this car. Let's check it out. All right, so here we are at the front of our Beetle, and the nice thing about this conversion is we utilized the factory gas tank location. We removed it and created a custom battery box that actually uses the factory bolt locations for the gas tank. So we didn't even have to drill any holes or do any modifications to the front. And what we did was we managed to fit a spare tire in here, which is kind of rare amongst Volkswagen conversions. We also have our aluminum battery box up here that's custom made to fit in here. And we have our little marine board lid. I'm going to take this off for you, and you can take a look. We have our box in here. We have our fuse inside the battery box. We have our steel hold downs and our 6061 aluminum battery straps. Makes for a really clean, really efficient setup in the front of this car. That's about all there is to see up here. I know some of you guys in the last video were asking to really see the batteries. There they are. Again, not much to see, but let's go take a look at the back of the car where the motor and the rest of the components are. Well, if you've never done an electric car before, we estimate that this is a 1 to 2 week conversion with our kit. It's a straight drop-in kit, everything bolts in, and there's very, very minimal alteration to the car, and we really like to see that. So here we are taking a look at the dashboard, and you'll notice we really maintained a factory look. We just have one gauge in there. Just to the right of the speedometer, we've installed a Xantrex Link Pro, and of course this gives us our voltage and state of charge and other important details about the battery pack. Okay, so here we are at our rear battery box. This is situated right behind the rear seat, and it really doesn't take up much cabin space, so it's nice and convenient back here. We've currently got the lid off the box so you can see some of the detail work inside the battery compartment. All right, so here we are back at the engine compartment on our Volkswagen, and this is where this conversion really shines. We spend a lot of time back here on aesthetics to really make the engine compartment look clean. So we're going to take a look at some of the components. Starting at the top, we have our PFC 2500 charger by Elcon. Great little charger. We can charge at 110 volts and 220. This conversion is equipped with a level 2 J1772 charge port right here, so it's nice and accessible for the customer. We have our DC converter over here in the back corner, and then we have our liquid cooling, our radiator vents, and our pump and reservoir over here. And that liquid cools our Curtis 1238-6501 controller with our AC50 AC motor underneath it. So what we did is we really spent a lot of time cleaning this up. We have this kit. This will be available online at evwest.com, and you can basically do the same thing to your Bug. Make it nice and clean and mean as ever. All right, let's go for a ride in this thing and check it out, see what it's really like. All right, so here we are getting ready to take a little drive in the Bug. Again, no starting the engine, just turn the key on, put it in first gear, and we're ready to go, just like that. Again, we're not using the clutch. We don't have to feather the clutch when we roll away. It's a nice thing about this. You know, online we get a lot of questions that people ask about transmissions and why we like them, why we use them. We really prefer a car with a manual transmission. That way you can kind of adjust the gear to the speed that you drive and the amount of torque that you need at the moment. Generally speaking, you kind of just leave it in 1 or 2 gears, usually like 2nd or 3rd gear. You know, these little AC motors are so torquey you can actually start off in 3rd gear, which is kind of nice. That way you don't have to shift, you don't have to worry about using the clutch. We have customers that don't even know how to use a standard transmission and they have no problem driving an electric car, so that's kind of nice to know. So here I am in 3rd gear. I'm just going to give it gas and we're just going to cruise away. Again, there's just no lack of power, no lack of acceleration. 3rd gear will take you all the way up to 60 miles an hour in this car, so really not much of a need to spend a lot of time shifting and finding that perfect gear. You know, I got to tell you, in my younger days I spent a lot of time in Volkswagens, but never liked them as much as this one. They were always slow and stinky, etc. But this car's great, nice and quiet, plenty of power. It just surges when you hit the pedal, and really starting to think I should be in a Volkswagen again. All right, well that about wraps up our drive in our 1963 Volkswagen Beetle. I gotta say, I'm really liking this car. I don't want to give it back to the customer, but well, I guess I got to. Anyways, let's head back to the shop and finish up this walkthrough. Man, I gotta tell you, before we get back to the shop here, you know, we have a lot of opportunities to drive a lot of different cars here at EV West, and this one, it just really speaks to your soul. It is just so much fun. There's something about it. It's light. It's maneuverable. It's a great little chassis. You know, Volkswagens have been around forever. Anybody can work on them. And this is a perfect platform for a DIY electric car conversion. All right, well, that concludes our video walkthrough of our 1963 Volkswagen Beetle. For more updates on vehicles that we're doing, check us out at evwest.com or follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/electricvehiclewest. For EV West, I'm Michael Bream, and we'll see you next time.